Good morning, everyone. How are you today? I am doing great today. Joey and I actually slept in, and that was not the plan because I have a very busy day today, and so does Joey. So let me explain. We have Elly's Sweet 16 birthday party, her first birthday party tomorrow. So I'm making all the desserts today, except for one. I'm gonna make the peach cobbler tomorrow, so it's like nice and warm and good. So this video is gonna be more vlog style, okay? So we're gonna bake together. Joey and I have to go out and do some shopping, and I'm gonna hope to get some footage of us doing some decor at like some Sweet 16 decor at the restaurant. So, get yourself a nice cup of coffee or beverage. This is going to be more of just a running around baking video that's just, I don't know. I think I like watching these videos. They're relaxing to me. But listen, y'all, we slept in because we watched a movie on Netflix. And let me know if you saw it, and if you haven't and you like a good action movie, my gosh, our eyelids were like open watching it, and we didn't go to bed till after midnight. But it's called Plane, Plane, and we watched it on Netflix, and it was really good. It was a lot of action. Well, let me tell you all the things that I have to bake. Well, I need to make Rice Krispie treats. That's not really baking, so I have to do those. I'm going to be doing chocolate peanut butter bars. Tomorrow will be the peach cobbler. I have a lemon raspberry cheesecake and brownie cookies. She also wanted macaroons or macarons. I've heard it pronounced both ways, but I just picked those up frozen. And then while Joey and I are out today, we're gonna go to a bakery to pick her up some fresh churros. That was one of her other requests. This girl likes her desserts. Okay, I don't blame her. I don't blame her one bit. So why don't you just come along with me and Joey? He's actually doing yard work today while I'm baking, but then we're gonna come together at some point and go do a little shopping, okay? All right, well, why don't y'all follow me along, okay? I need to chug this coffee down real quick, and we're gonna get started. So the first thing that I like to do is I'm gonna have my computer here with the recipes that I will have linked in the description box below. And I have my list of things I need to get done. The next thing I like to do is I take this table here and I fill it up with all the ingredients that I need for these recipes. All right, so I have everything laid out, my list of desserts to make. I also like to get out some like utensils as far as measuring cups, spoons, a whisk. I know I'm gonna need the microplane for lemon zest for my cheesecake. And just, it's nice to have things just kind of right next to you all in one spot when you're baking. What you doing, Jippers? And we're going to start with the Rice Krispie treats because that just, like I said, it doesn't take a lot of brain power. So I'm going to get that done real quick. I like to make mine with a lot of I almost said mushrooms, with a lot of marshmallows and a lot of butter. And we're also going to add some sprinkles because that makes me happy and it makes Ellie happy too. Get my stove on here. I already sprayed this like insanely with nonstick spray as well as the spoon. So I'm going to go ahead and pop 2 sticks of butter in. Yes, you heard that right. 2 sticks of butter, but I am making a pretty big batch. We are expecting, I just dropped butter, hold on. We're expecting probably just over 20 people, something like that. So the restaurant that we are going to, it's not far from here, but because we have a large crowd, they give you an option of 5 different menus to choose from so that, there's not too many people ordering all these different things. It just makes it easier for the restaurant. And the party's at 2 o'clock, so we picked more of a lunch menu. But we are going to have appetizers and drinks and decorations. Oh, that reminds me, we want to bring music. I gotta remind Joey, he's gonna bring a sound bar so we can play music while we're there. You gotta have some music, right? I need to grab my whisk. All right, so I just need these to get nice and melty. I like them to get a little bit more melted before I add the marshmallows. As you can see here, I have this is a 10 by 15 casserole dish, and I lined it with the tin foil and then sprayed it generously with a nonstick spray because I'm actually gonna turn the Rice Krispies out of this and cut them up into squares for serving at the restaurant. So Joey is out doing a little shopping right now. He's been working on our landscaping in our backyard. It just needs like pine needle refresh and that kind of thing. And then he's also picking me up, I forgot, I needed a lemon so I can get some lemon zest for the cheesecake. So he's amazing doing that for me. So he's gonna be outside in the backyard a lot today while I'm cooking. And so the dogs are going to be out there with him. You know, I'm sure that they'll be entertaining. All right, this is good. It's a lot of butter, y'all. But it's going to be a lot of Rice Krispie treats. So I'm going to turn this heat down to medium. And I am adding 2 bags of mini marshmallows. I'm also using my big pot just to make stirring easier. I know this is like everybody can make Rice Krispie treats and I didn't have to film it, but you know what? It's a vlog style video and it's part of my day. So why not, right? Some marshmallows get stuck together and these are gracious. I can't stand when that happens. Like, and they're like almost new. Look at that. Wow. Okay. Oops, we missed some. All right. Turn the heat down a little bit more. And I just want these to get ooey and gooey. All right, y'all, this is about done. I'm gonna go ahead and turn my burner off. I really like to whisk the melted marshmallows and the butter together really well because the butter can tend to separate. Oh man, look at that. Ooey gooey. Y'all gonna come out? Alrighty. Okay, let me throw this. No, let me just put it in there. There we go. We're good. Now I'm going to add my rice cereal. I'm not going to add it all at once. I'm just going to add some and give it a stir and then add more. And besides the marshmallows that I already added and melted, I like to add more marshmallows so that there's marshmallow pieces as well as melted marshmallows. Y'all, I'm telling you, the folks like my Rice Krispie treats. And when I put them in the pan, I really like to push them down. One, it really makes for a nice like square bar because they're a lot more dense, but it also tastes really good. Honey, that spider is, Joey just got home. That spider, we have a big, like one of those riding spiders. And Joey has to work outside today, but it's still there. So I'm just telling you, like, so you don't walk into it. It's huge. Y'all, we just learned facts about spiders. Oh my gosh. In one of my classes, and it was so interesting. I have a new respect for them. All right, let's add some of our marshmallows here. About that much. Y'all, I don't even measure. I just look at, like I get that feeling, you know. I'll measure other things that we make today, but Not these. Not these. And you guys already probably have your own little recipe. All right, I need to get this mixed up and in the pan. Okay, this looks good. Now we got to get this big old pot into the pan. Well, we'll get that in a second. Let's just put that right there for now. I'm gonna plop this in here. Let me get this scraped off the bottom. There we go. Nice. Nice. All right. Oops. Y'all, that's the only thing about metal handles, y'all. They get so hot. So I have to use my sleeve. Let's keep it in the pan, Amber. Okie doke. Gracious. All right, let's move to a different counter because I need to press down on this. Just trying to spread this out a little bit. But I'm going to show you what I do to flatten it out. Should I see if anybody wants this? Okay. I'm not going to have that go to waste. So I'm going to get some parchment paper here. Lay it over the top. See, it barely sticks. Ooh, that's kind of hot, y'all. I mean, obviously you could wait a couple minutes before doing this, but all right, I have Rice Krispie treat on my sleeve. All right, so I'm just gonna let this cool for just a little bit. Then I'm gonna add my sprinkles, and then I'm gonna press in one more time, and it keeps the sprinkles from flying off like when you cut it into pieces and that kind of thing. Next, we are going to get the cheesecake started. I'm just gonna go ahead and get the crust started. Y'all, I'm gonna tell you, we already know cheesecake is indulgent, right? But this crust that I like to make, special, okay? So we're gonna put 2 sticks of salted butter into a bowl. Yes, 2 sticks, I said it. And then we're gonna melt it in the microwave and go from there. But y'all, this cheesecake, I've been using the same recipe. I will change it up, like if I do a pumpkin cheesecake or if I do a strawberry cheesecake or whatever kind of cheesecake, the base I keep the same. And it is absolutely indulgent. And let me tell you, it is the easiest one that like doesn't, your cheesecake doesn't crack as much. I mean, I usually add a topping, so even if it does crack, you don't really see it. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm gonna pop these in the microwave real quick and then we will make our crust. So here we are, we have our spring form pan. And I just like to put tin foil on the outside. One, because it's a spring form pan and we put so much butter in our crust in case it leaks. I don't want it to leak into the oven. But it also, I noticed that it helps, I guess, cook it more evenly. And I've noticed when I wrap it, like the cheesecake doesn't crack as much. So we are just going to do that real quick. And now we're gonna make the crust. And y'all, I don't bake my crust first, I freeze it. And it makes a huge difference, like just a huge difference in the way the crust turns out. It's like not over baked. It's so great. All right, I have my 2 sticks of melted butter here, and I'm just gonna eyeball some graham cracker crumbs. I would say I'd start with about 2 cups. So you just want this to resemble wet sand, and I'm gonna have to add more because this is a little too wet here. All right. You just have to add and stir. When people eat my cheesecake, they're always, Amber, this crust. And I'm like, let me not tell you how much butter is in it, but that's why it tastes so good. I mean, it's not like you eat it all the time. Might as well make it taste really good. All right, I'm just gonna add just a tiny bit more here. And then I need to add sugar as well. And I like a good thick crust, so I don't mind adding more. I really like to press it well into the pan. Okay, I'm going to add probably about a third or so cup of sugar, maybe a little more. I know, y'all, I drive you crazy with my non-measurements. Now, the crust, there is too much caffeine. The recipe will be linked below, and I don't make the crust like they make their crust, but you can follow their recipe if that's what floats your boat. So you can get exact measurements. But this is, it's just all eyeballing. I know I use 2 sticks of butter, and then you just kind of want it. See how it's like, it's kind of crumbly, but at the same time, if I press on it, I could build a sandcastle. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do that, but yeah, it smells so good. Oh my goodness, my mouth's watering. I had my coffee and some water today, but I haven't eaten anything yet. All right, so here is my springform pan. Flop it on in. There we go. All right, so first just kind of distribute it evenly throughout here. I love watching like entertainment vlogs, like where people, they go shopping and then they cook and they decorate, you know, all that kind of stuff, and how they plan for things. I just find that so interesting. And normally we would have a party at our house, but honestly, it's so much easier these days just to rent the restaurant, and you know, like you leave and they do the dishes, and it's really nice. The sleepover that she's having next weekend will definitely be a lot more work because it'll be here, but it's going to be so much fun. Oh my goodness. We've got a lot of things planned for that. So I want to take you along for that too. There we go. Okay. Look at that. Oh my good. It's perfect. It's literally perfect. So when you put this in the freezer, that butter gets hard real quick, you know, so it all comes together. Let me get this little piece here. We don't want you to miss out. And the good thing is, like, if you guys are making a pumpkin cheesecake or something, you can always add flavor to the crust too. So you could add some cinnamon and nutmeg, that kind of thing. So there's a lot of options. I'm gonna pop this into the freezer and then we're gonna move on. All right, Joey picked up this beautiful lemon for me. I'd forgotten to get it on the grocery order. So I'm just gonna zest this. We are gonna use the juice as well, but I'm also getting help from just lemon juice in a bottle because we need 1/4 cup. And so we're gonna have a combination of 2. But y'all, this smell, amazing.
Oh my goodness. So y'all, I can't believe that Ellie is turning 16. My heart, you know. We've been so blessed. Like, she's such a great kid. They both are. I mean, they're just amazing, amazing kids. And, you know, I'm just going to try to enjoy making memories until, you know, they're going to be going to college, and I'm just going to try to soak it all up and, you know, be very, very present. And that's what I've been thinking about, you know, with her birthday coming up, and she's the baby, you know. And so I've just really been consciously thinking about living in the moment. And you know what? And that doesn't, not just before they go to school, it's good to do all the time, you know, because you want to, it's like your mind and your heart just has this like space that is infinite, that you can just fill with love and memories and everything like that. And that's why I love tradition so much, and holidays, and, you know, occasions like birthdays. It's just so fun. Just like to make a lot of memories. We're only here for a short while, so. All right, so there is the lemon zest. And let me grab a knife real quick. All right, now I'm gonna use my little microplane to catch seeds and juice this lemon. Good, nice juicy lemon. Joey picked a good one. Wow, that was a lot of seeds. Perfect. Oh, okie dokie. Nice. All right, so let's get our cheesecake filling together. I'll put this to the side. Y'all, it's more relaxing to me when I bake to stay organized. So I have to really try to clean as I go. And every time I use an ingredient and I don't need it for the moment, I go right back over to the table and put it back there, so I give myself space, you know. And it's just like, when it's a little bit more organized, I feel like it keeps me from making mistakes. So I know the first thing that we have to do is we need to cream our cream cheese. This has actually been sitting on the counter since the grocery haul last night, which is totally fine. So I didn't have to worry about getting up early just to take some cheese, you know, cream cheese out of the refrigerator. I mean, you could put it in the microwave, but anyway. All right, so let's pop these open. Let me just leave that open for the moment. So you're gonna need 2 8-ounce blocks of cream cheese. My hands smell so good. Babe, that was a really juicy lemon. That was a good one. Good job.
Good to hear.
There we go. And I do want to make sure that I scrape all of the cream cheese. We need all of that goodness. Yes. Oh. Here comes Grizzly. Hi, buddy. I don't think you can, oh, there he is. They're gonna have fun times with their daddy outside doing some landscaping. Do you think they'll help you, honey, or probably?
They always do.
They always help. Oh. It's supposed to be, I think it's supposed to be like in the mid 80s today. not bad. It's like we had this little heat wave and then it's supposed to cool down again. It was just a couple days, but we also got a lot of rain, which is good because we needed it. We had a really good downpour here the other day. It was nice. Sometimes I like a good rainstorm. There was thunder and lightning. It was nice. All right. That took longer than it needed to. All right. So let's start by creaming this together. And then we'll start adding our other ingredients. I'm going to go ahead and pop my sweetened condensed milk open while this is situating. All right, before I add my other ingredients, did you need me?
I love you.
I love you. Honey, I did this, I told the people, I said that this is gonna be like a vlog style. Like this isn't like a cooking or baking video. We're just having a good time because we're gonna be doing all kinds of stuff. Yeah, so you just do whatever you need to do there. Love you too, babe. Stay hydrated. All right, I'm gonna give this a scrape and then I'm gonna give it another whirl here. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add my sweetened condensed milk. Ooh, wow. That's thick. She is thick. Oh my. All right, let me get my little rubber scraper. You know what's funny? I know a lot of people call these a spatula, and I was watching Martha Stewart. She cracks me up. I really enjoy watching her. Please don't fall on the cheesecake lid. Hold on. There we go. That made me nervous. I just really enjoy watching her, and I think I've mentioned it before on this channel. Her documentary that she has on I think it's Netflix, is so good, y'all. It's really good. You should watch it. It's funny. It's interesting. It's motivating. Oh my goodness, is it motivating? I've watched it several times because of the motivation. But anyway, I was watching her cooking show one time and somebody said, oh, I need, like, I guess they had a guest on and they're like, oh, I need a spatula. And she's like, you know, what are we going to flip, you know? And she's like, no, you know, just scrape the sides. She said, my dear, it's a rubber scraper. Spatulas are for flipping hamburgers. And I was like, you know what? She has a point because they are definitely two different things. So I call it a rubber scraper. Thanks, Martha. You know, but I've seen, like, if you buy one, like the package will say spatula, but I call it a rubber scraper because that's what you're doing. You're scraping. All right, let's get this all zizzed up together. All right, I need my sour cream. So we are going to add our lemon juice and zest. We're also going to add a cup, I think this is 8 ounces, 1 cup of sour cream, and y'all, oh, does it make it so rich. Oh my goodness. Just plop it on in there. Okay. And then while that's mixing with the lemon juice, I'm gonna use the bowl that I zested and squeeze the lemon juice in to crack my eggs in. I don't want to crack them directly in here because just in case we get a shell, y'all, just in case. All right. Here we go. And it's 1/4 cup of lemon juice, but because I'm making this sorry, I had to pour some of this lemon juice out. Because I'm making a lemon raspberry cheesecake, I wanted to add the zest as well. So here's a little bit more. So that'll equal about 1/4 cup. Give it a whisk. Woo, too fast. We need 3 eggs. Oh my gosh, does that smell good? Wow, come on. That was a hard egg to crack. Y'all, look how fluffy this has gotten. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add one egg at a time. Wow, it looks so good. Oh man. I'm gonna give it one last scrape. Oh my gosh, this looks so, look at how fluffy, y'all. Look at how fluffy. See, that's why I scraped the bottom. Did y'all see that chunk of cream cheese that just flew in there? Mm-hmm. Nothing like pouring out your cream cheese batter and seeing plops of cream cheese. Here we go. Y'all, I am so happy about this. Oops, having a moment though. Look at that. Oh. All right, now you only need to really have that crust in the freezer for like 10 minutes. It really like hardens up quickly. Woo, it's gonna be one of those days, y'all. Here it is. Now you want to have your oven preheated to 300 degrees, and this is gonna go in for 50 to 55 minutes. Oh. Have mercy. I mean, just look at that. Don't lick the spoon or the bat or the whatever. That raw egg. Okay. Here we go. Y'all ready? Here we go. Look at this. Like a pillow of goodness. Look at this. Oh. Oh, help me Jesus. Wow. Oh my gosh. I mean, wow. Wow. And wow. Okay, so I'm gonna pop this in the oven 50 to 55 minutes. I'm gonna just put my timer on for 50 minutes so I can check it then. And we also need to make the raspberry topping, which is super duper easy. And we need to add the sprinkles next to our Rice Krispie treats. Y'all, we're ready to put our sprinkles on. Does this not just make you happy? I love rainbow sprinkles. I love the way they look. I love the way they taste. Now, the chocolate jimmies or chocolate sprinkles, it's a no for me. I don't know why. All right, just don't like it. It's waxy and I don't like the taste. All right, so I'm not getting too crazy with these, but I want it to be colorful, you know? It's a party. I also want to decorate the counter with sprinkles. That's what I seem to be doing right now. All right, now we're getting to a spot where this is, I'm just having fun now. All right, now we're gonna go back to our wax paper. And I'm gonna push down again. Put all your weight on it. Oop. I feel like I'm giving it chest compressions. Crispy compressions. I just really like them like all like completely flat, and they'll cut so much nicer. Ready? Ta-da! All right, so I am gonna keep this parchment paper on the top, but I'm gonna cut some of it off. And then I'm gonna add foil to the top. And then I will end up cutting these up tomorrow. I have a bunch of like serving platters, trays, the tiered trays. So I'll probably just bring those since we're gonna have those macaroons and the churros and these. Oh, and the cookies that we're getting ready to make too. All right, I'll put this on the table, and what do we wanna work on next, y'all? We have the peanut butter bars and what else? The brownie cookies, which are both new recipes to me because that's what I do. I'm like, it can't go wrong, right? Right. All right, so I'm getting a little hungry. So I just put a ham and cheese sandwich in the air fryer real quick. And while that is cooking, I think I'm gonna just go ahead and get ahead of this mess. I just want to keep things clean so it's not a huge mess at the end. And you know, a lot of times when I do a lot of desserts or a lot of baking, Joey is in here with me and he's just helping me out and doing the dishes. Like, he's so great. But listen, he's out there landscaping right now. Let's see if we can find him. Well, there he is. So he is laying down this black border to hold these rocks up better. We just wanted to make an improvement. Sorry, honey, I know your little booty's in the air. I'm sorry, it's precious, precious. Anyway, how's it going? So he's working on that, and he's just gonna bring that all the way down here to keep the rocks in. And then we have this section on the side of our house that's really, it gets muddy because he had killed all the grass on it because it's hard to get the lawnmower over here. I'll show you. Hold on. Oh, now look. Are you following me? That's our grill right there. But see, that's where the deck ends. And then we have this like side yard area. It's hard to see because my camera is focusing on the screen and not outside. But anyway, he's gonna lay like, he killed all the grass and now he's gonna lay plastic down and pine needles down because these guys are putting their paws all over the deck and keeping it really dirty. And then what happens? Then it comes inside the house and I don't like it. So, oh, he's also gonna build a gate too so they can't go over there anymore. It also keeps the poop contained into one area on the other side of the house. That's where they go to the bathroom. And I know that you wanted to hear about that. All right. We're gonna go ahead and get started on these peanut butter bars. Oh, I'm glad I bought butter because we are flying through some butter. I think I have 2 sticks left. So I'm gonna put this in the microwave for 1 minute. I have never made peanut butter bars before in my whole life. So that is interesting because they seem kind of like a common thing, but I just haven't. And that's okay. Time to do something new today. It looks really good though. And I love peanut butter and chocolate. I mean, Reese's, come on. I love Reese's Pieces. I love Reese's Cups. Kodiak's inside. You can hear him panting. Grizzly wanted to stay outside with his daddy and help with the landscaping, so that's what he's doing. Y'all, when I do my recipes and, you know, for my channel, everything like that, I usually write the recipe down. I don't know, I just usually put it on paper. And I was like, you know what? Today I'm gonna bring my computer out to me and not spend all this time writing down the recipes. And I actually really enjoy it. And I thought I would share that with you. You're welcome. All right, so we have our 2 sticks of, I use salted butter. I love the salty and sweetness of things, so I wanted to make sure it was salted. Then, and it doesn't say, it just says butter, so it doesn't say to use unsalted. Then we're gonna add 2 cups of graham cracker crumbs. Got another box here, thank goodness. Because I just so happened, I don't know what my deal was, but I got Joey went to the store to get the lemon. And then I was like, you know what? I don't know if I'm gonna have enough graham cracker crumbs, and just at the last second. And boy, am I glad I had that moment. All right. So there's 1 cup. Two cups. I'm just gonna use this to start. It looks like we're making our cheesecake again. Okay, our crust. Oh, and our cheesecake's almost done. That's what that beef was. Well, that's special. All right, then we're gonna add, I need some confectioner sugar. I need 2 cups of that. Let me grab that real quick. Hopefully there's 2 cups in here. But I can run upstairs to our food storage room and grab more if I need to. Okay, this should be good. Perfect. And then we need to add 1 cup of peanut butter. But I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up pretty well first. Our cheesecake is getting ready to, the timer's getting ready to go off. Wow, look at that. Look at that. All right. Please excuse my horrific oven. I do use it often. Y'all, look at that. Let me bring in the oven a little bit. Oh, hold on. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. All right, so I am going to try to jiggle it a little bit. Oh no, that looks good. See, it's not, if it's jiggly right in the middle, then it's not quite ready, but it just has like an upper jiggle all around. I don't know. All right, I need both hands, so I'm gonna take this out of the oven. Would you just look at that? Now it is at the top, but y'all will see, I mean, you probably know this already, but as it cools, it will like condense and come down a little bit, which will be good because we're gonna need a little space for our raspberry topping. So I'm just gonna let this sit out for a while and then I will pop it into the fridge, but I just wanna get the initial heat off of it first. Back to the peanut butter bars. All right, so I just wanna give this a little mix. Oh, I need to turn my oven off, hold on. All right. So we are going to add, I believe it's a cup. Let me check my computer. Yes, a cup of peanut butter. I suppose you could use chunky or creamy. I'm just using creamy because that's what we have. All right, I just wanted to get that powdered sugar mostly in. So that looks really good. All right, y'all, I'm gonna be truly honest with you. I'm not measuring the peanut butter because I don't want to put it in the cup and make a mess, yada, yada. And if it's a little extra peanut butter, we're gonna be just fine. All right, so a cup of peanut butter. Some thick stuff right there. Man, I love some peanut butter. I love a good peanut butter and jelly, y'all. Let me tell you, that Sola bread that I use, you know it's good bread when you eat a peanut butter and jelly and the bread like consistency is good, nice and soft, not dry. Why am I talking about this right now? Because I'm craving a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Welcome. All right, That's probably a little over a cup, but so what? So be it. All right, and I'm gonna need some more peanut butter in a minute here, so I'm just gonna stick that back there. And we're going to get to mixing here. Man, between the peanut butter and the butter, I'm gonna say this is probably not a low-calorie dish, but I bet it tastes good. So what we're gonna do is we are going to melt 1.5 cups of semi-sweet chocolate chips in the microwave with, 4 tablespoons of peanut butter mixed in. Get that nice and melted together, and then that's what's gonna get poured on top of the bars. Okay. That mixed a lot easier than I thought it would, so that's nice. And it says you need an ungreased 9x13, but y'all, you have that I wanna make sure spray. We have that I wanna make sure spray. Whether it's, when I said that, it reminded me of deodorant. I'm like, I know I already puts them on, but let's make sure. It's one of those, just to make sure, spray. That was random. Okay, so this looks it smells really good. It smells like Reese's. Okay. That looks good to me. So now, get this stuff out of the way. I have my dish right here. And you're just gonna plop it on in. Give it a good plop. When I cook a lot, I usually don't feel hungry because I'm like, ugh, I've been like dealing with food all day. But for some reason today, I am just like, I'm hungry. I'm ready to put it down. Gosh, it smells so good. All right, spread it out. Spread it out. Nice. That's really easy to spread. Isn't that nice? I need to make sure that this doesn't need to go in the fridge first as I'm spreading it out. Let's just try to follow directions. Nope. Doesn't say you have to put it in the fridge first. All right. Well, I have to say you will get your protein with this one, so maybe that makes up for it. Okay. Fabulous. All right, I'm gonna get the chocolate together and the peanut butter and pop it in the microwave. It says that we need 1.5 cups of semi-sweet chocolate morsels. Now, this is 2 cups. And so I'm just gonna leave a 1/2 cup behind. I'm feeling good about that. And then you're gonna mix in, I believe it's 4 tablespoons of butter. Yes. So we're just gonna kind of give this a guesstimate. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're just gonna put this in the microwave. I usually do, increments. You just put it on for like 15 seconds, give it a stir, that kind of situation. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this into the microwave. Mr. Joey's just working away out there, and it is getting darker outside. I think we're supposed to get a storm. I mean, it looks like it, but I haven't checked the weather. Okay, so look at this, y'all. Look at this. And it's extra shiny from adding that peanut butter in there. Ooh. Okay. So let's go ahead. The bowl's a little on the warm side, but that's okay. And I'm just gonna start off just going right down the middle. Oh my goodness. My mouth is watering. I want to get all the goodness, y'all. Right. And then we'll start spreading the love. You know what this smells like? Oh my God, I am having such a nostalgic moment, y'all. So I am originally from the North. I mean, I've been in North Carolina for about 40 years. And so I remember one year we celebrated, we always celebrated Easter every year, but I remember this one year, and it wasn't Reese eggs, y'all. It was some kind of special egg, I don't know. They were huge, about this big. It was in a box. It was a chocolate egg, but it had the peanut butter on the inside. And I think our names were put on the eggs in icing, like in purple and yellow and maybe pink and green or something like that. And I just smelled this, and it's like taking me back to that moment. Doesn't that just hold true? How smells can just take you right back to, you're like, I know this smell, you know? And I haven't thought about those peanut butter eggs for a very long time till this moment. Wasn't that special, y'all? But I love that kind of thing. Sometimes like wax melts and candles will make me feel that way. And then it's like, okay, well, I need to buy these for the rest of my life because it's such a warm and fuzzy, nostalgic memory. All right. Just really want to get this nice and even all the way to the edge. I haven't decided if I want to cut these. Not now, obviously, but like before we go to the restaurant, or do I just want to keep it in this? I'm not sure. I think I want to maybe cut them. I feel like these really call for sprinkles, but I think I'm just gonna withhold. But you know what would be good if you put like sprinkled mini chocolate chips over the top for like extra texture. Y'all, I just can't stop. All right, so I'm gonna just put this in the fridge, and then we will cut these up, for the restaurant tomorrow. So it says that we may get storms, but it says not till 8 o'clock, and it's 1:27 right now, but it's getting dark out there. It's getting dark out there. And Joey is doing such a fantastic job. He has sweat from his rooter to his tutor. You're welcome, because I know you wanted to hear all about that. Okay, so next, what do we have? We have our brownie cookies we have to start on next. So Joey was laying down the pine needle, and he just kept picking it up and shaking it with his mouth as Joey's laying the pine needles down. He's tired anyway. So Joey's like, can you watch him for a little while? I'm like, absolutely. The only thing about this pup here, Mr. Grizzly, is that he loves to lay right at my feet. And when I'm moving around the kitchen a lot, it makes it difficult sometimes. But y'all, look how huge he's getting. I don't see much of a waistline either. He likes to eat. He was like, stop judging, and he turned his head. I'm sorry. You're beautiful. Look at his tail. He's so tired. Oh my goodness. Y'all, I wanted to mention too, something that is so helpful, especially like if you're cooking for a dinner party or for the holidays, or what I'm doing is to have a drying mat, because I do end up using these things over again. And so, it's laying a towel out isn't big enough, and this is from Temu, and it's big. I think it was like $12, but I just love this thing. So anyway, it reminded me, because I was like, oh, I need to use my bowl, and I already cleaned it. So I'm gonna use my mixer for these cookies. All right, let's get these brownie cookies together. I have my bigger attachment here only because it's gonna be cookie batter, so it's gonna be thicker. Now, the recipe doesn't say to refrigerate the cookie dough at all before you bake them, but I usually do that because if you don't, they tend to spread more. So I'm going to make these and sit them in the fridge for just a little bit, just to give them, get them a little bit more firm, okay? So let's go ahead and start adding ingredients. Let me grab my scissors. So this is also a new recipe to me. So Ellie loves dark chocolate, and I ordered the dark chocolate brownies, but they substituted. They didn't have it, and I was heartbroken. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so we're gonna add this package. Now, the thing that I didn't realize, it says 19.8 package of brownie mix. This is a 18.3, so it's a little less, So I'm wondering if I should use a little, like just a titch less of because it calls for water, 3 tablespoons of water and 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. So I wonder if I just did like 2 tablespoons of water instead. I just don't want them to be too liquidy, because it being 18.3, I mean, that's like almost an ounce and a half difference. I didn't know how to check to see the ounces in the brownie box before I purchased what I got here. Oh well, whatever. It's gonna work out. I'm just not gonna add quite as much water. I think that's probably gonna be the smart thing to do. That's what I feel. I feel it in my bones. Okay, so we've got our brownie mix. Then we are gonna add 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. I've got my flour behind the camera here, y'all. I could add, or I could add extra flour, and then just a little extra flour, and then add the 3 tablespoons. I think that's what I'm gonna do, guys. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I just did like a heaping 1/4 cup. I just feel like I wanna do a titch more. Y'all, it's a weird thing. Like something directs me and says, no, add a little more. I don't know, it's just my instincts. I go with them. All right, my recipe went away. Then we are gonna add 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. I'm just using canola. Oh Lord, I think they're getting ready to start WrestleMania. These pups. Okay. Then you are going to add 2 eggs. So let me crack these in a separate bowl again. Okay, I'm also gonna go ahead and add my 3 tablespoons of water, because I wanna get my mixer going. 1, 2, and 3. And then get my mixer going. And then I'm gonna go ahead and crack my 2 eggs in this bowl that you can't see. Well, close enough. You're all right. All right, my mixer's hopping and Grizzly does not like it. All right, I'm gonna add 1 egg in at a time. Good gracious. It's a little crazy over here. Perfect. All right, let me pop this up. Now this looks way too thin to be a cookie, in my opinion. Just my opinion. I need to grab my rubber scraper real quick. Y'all, it's starting to pour outside. Oh my goodness. All right, we just can't lose power. I thought I heard thunder earlier. Okay, just scrape my sides. I really needed to, because the sides have that dry brownie batter. All right, it's a little, it is thickening up, so it looks good, but I am gonna put this in the refrigerator. But we haven't even added our chocolate chips yet. So let me give this another whirl. All right, this looks good. Now we are going to add, gosh, it's really pouring down. We are gonna add a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Can y'all hear that rain? I wonder. It almost sounds like there's hail. No. Wow, it's coming down, y'all. Holy smokes. Well, they said 8 o'clock. I guess they're a little off. A little off. All right, I got this thing nice and scraped. Oh, I gotta show you outside real quick. Oh, now it's slowed down a ton. Right when I picked up my camera to show you, it just slowed down a ton. It was like so hard. You know what, that deck needed to get washed anyway from all the paw prints. So, nothing wrong with that. And now it's pouring down rain because I just moved you to the kitchen counter. Can y'all hear it? Wow, our windows are getting washed. Okay, so we're gonna add 1 cup of these semi-sweet chocolate chips. And I don't want to use my mixer for this. All right, that looks good. I'm just gonna give it a good stir. And then this is gonna go in the fridge. I don't want it to be in there too long because I really want to get done with my baking. But I really need this to firm up because I feel like it's too thin right now. All right, I'm gonna pop this in the fridge and then we will come back in just a moment. While that brownie cookie mix is getting a little bit firmer, I actually put it in our deep freezer instead of the refrigerator so it gets, firmer faster. But while that's happening, I'm gonna go ahead and make the topping for our cheesecake. I was able to put the cheesecake into the refrigerator, so it's pretty much cooled off now. All right, so I'm gonna take, this is a 18-ounce jar of seedless raspberry jam. And I'm not gonna add the whole thing, but I'm gonna add most of it. And I know we love raspberry jam around here, so it'll be nice to put this on some biscuits or something. Probably just a little bit more. There we go. All right, then I'm gonna add about a half a cup of water to this. So let me grab some water real quick. All right, just added that right to the pot. I didn't measure it, just about a half a cup. And I wanna grab a whisk and break up the jam. But we are gonna thicken it back up. We are going to do a cornstarch slurry, but instead of using water for the slurry, we're gonna use lemon juice, just to add a little bit more tartness. We really like tart things. It's funny though, because I don't like sour candies and stuff. Oh, I don't like it at all. But I love lemon, love lime. I guess it's just that like artificial something. All right, so we're gonna bring this to a boil. I'm gonna get a separate bowl for the lemon juice and water slurry. No, lemon juice and cornstarch slurry. So our little raspberry mixture here is just starting to come to a boil. So I'm gonna pour in a couple tablespoons of lemon juice. And then I'm gonna add, this is a teaspoon, a smaller spoon. So I'm gonna just start with this. Probably do a teaspoon and a half. There we go. And then I'm just gonna use the same whisk to mix this together. Now, when I was first starting to cook and I didn't know everything. Not that I know everything, but I didn't know that much. I was like, why is my cornstarch slurry always chunky? I didn't know that you're supposed to add cold liquid to the cornstarch or it clumps up. Man, this smells good. Okay. And this will turn the raspberry jam kind of like, it'll look a little bit more creamy, but it looks good still. So I'm going to pull you guys in a little bit closer here. The dogs are being crazy. You can hear Grizzly having a good old time. All right, I just want this to like really come to a roaring bubble, a roaring boil. Why is that hard to say? So we have a really good boil going here. It's almost like you want to add the water to start with, just to kind of loosen up the jam and just get it completely liquefied. And then you bring it to a boil and it will actually go ahead and cook out some of that water that you added, but it turns into such a beautiful syrup or topping for the cheesecake. Y'all, I'm telling you what, I could just leave this cook all day and this smell is beyond amazing. All right, let me grab the lemon cornstarch slurry. I'll give that a little extra stir here. Now, you're gonna wanna stir it right away, right when you pour it in. There we go. And no big deal here. If it doesn't thicken up, you just add a little bit more. It's not a big deal. But you don't want to add too much where it gets super thick. You still want to be able to kind of pour the topping out onto the cheesecake. But if you can go ahead and tell, those bubbles are starting to change than they were before. It's kind of, it looks thicker. See how those bubbles change in the middle? Starting to thicken up. Ooh-wee. And I just like to give it like a good minute and a half to 2 minutes to see if it's where I want it to be. If it's too liquidy, add a little bit more slurry. Not a big deal. But it will thicken obviously as well when it cools. Oh man, this looks so good. Woo! Y'all, I just made a titch more of the slurry, just a tiny bit. I think this is gonna do it. Y'all, I'm getting slurry everywhere. Yeah, see how that thickened up? All right. This is looking mighty fine. So I'm gonna turn off the heat and I'm just gonna let this cool down. But I do not pour this hot mixture over your cheesecake because it will not turn out pretty. It can actually cook through and like put cracks in your cheesecake and stuff like that. So see how, let me get a spoon, hold on. See how this is liquidy still, but it still coats the back of a spoon? Look, or the front of a spoon, whatever. See how it kind of sticks there? So that just tells me as it cools, it's really, really gonna thicken up even more. So I'm just gonna let it sit here just like this. And once in a while, I will come through and just give it like a little stir. Helps it cool down, but also like in case, I don't know, there's any lumps. It just makes me feel good. So that's why I do it. All right, so we're just gonna let this cool off. Then we have to get our brownie cookies made. All right, so our cheesecake topping is cooling off on the stove. Our oven's preheated to 350 degrees for these brownie cookies. It says just to drop by the spoonful. Did it say 2 inches apart? I don't always follow that. Yeah, 2 inches apart. But this definitely did firm up nice in the freezer. Oh Lord, you know what I need to do? I need to grease my hands. Hold on. Just so happen to have some nonstick spray sitting right here so conveniently. little more. Get all oiled up. Okay. What a difference. I'll probably have to reapply, but whatever. Let me get this one a little bit situated. There we go. Look at this. It is so sticky, y'all. Wow. I could really say a few things about that right now that I'm not going to. All right, I might just wash my hands and then we'll get these in the oven. I am going to pop these into the oven. I'm gonna put the timer on. I'm just gonna do 10 minutes and then give them a little check. Actually, I'm gonna put them on, I'm putting them in, we have a double oven, but I'm just gonna use the one oven, both racks. So I think I'm gonna put it on for 7 minutes and then flip the racks, like switch the top to the bottom and the bottom to the top, and then put them on for like another 3 to 4 minutes. Y'all look at this sauce. Oh, by the way, the birthday girl was in the living room and I showed you how it coated the back of the spoon. Well, I said, do you want to take a little taste test? And she said it was awesome. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. So it's almost 3 o'clock. And you know when you just like start to start to wear out, wind down a little bit? Wind down even though it's not time to wind down yet because you have to go to Walmart still. You know, you gotta have your game face on for Walmart. So I told y'all this in another video. If you're into I know soda and people are like, it's bad or whatever. Okay. There's a lot worse things I could be doing. But anyway, 0 sugar, wild cherry, and cream. It is divine. It is so, so good. And it's funny because I don't like if there's candies like Lifesavers or Starbursts or Skittles. If somebody said, put these in the order that you like them the most, like the least favorite would be cherry, but I love cherry soda. I don't know, but the cherry and cream, and it would be so good. Think about if you did a cherry and cream and turned it into a float. Just blew my own mind. Doesn't that sound good? Get some Carb Smart ice cream. Listen, Carb Smart ice cream is really good. It's listen to me, I must be hungry. It's very creamy, but you really have to be careful if you have like GI issues with sugar alcohol. It doesn't bother me as long as I don't eat too much of it. But for like a float like this, put a little plopperoni on top. Whew. I even wonder if whipped cream would work. Joey's getting ready to work. He's getting ready to show himself in that window. See? That was good, wasn't it? Anyway, all right. So we're gonna check on these cookies in just a second. Cheesecake's in the fridge, topping. I guess I'll just work on the dishes. And we're gonna be leaving here probably about an hour and a half or 2, something like that. So that would be almost 5 o'clock. I'd like to leave before then because I'm not cooking dinner tonight because I've been baking all day. And that gives me a free pass. And there's a place that the kids have been wanting to go to. They love spicy chicken and it's called Dave's Hot Chicken. And it's like a half an hour away from us. And I told them, I said, listen, y'all can take out whatever you want. And they looked at each other like, Dave's Hot Chicken. So then I told Joey he's gonna go get it for him and I'm gonna just keep working and I have a lot to edit. So anyway, y'all, sometimes it's just nice to be at home on the weekend, even though we still have to go to Walmart. By the way, thank you for joining me today. If you've made it this far into the video, what a trooper you are. What a trooper he is. My goodness gracious. Now we have to remember what I said I needed to bring to the restaurant tomorrow. Decorations. Ooh, tape. Good one.
bring some tape. Oh, I got to switch the cookie soon. And then we need the sound bar. That looks like sandbar. Sound bar, vanilla ice cream. What else? I don't know, but I'm gonna have this sitting on my desk so that I can just add to it. Y'all, look at this. My timer's getting ready to go off. Look at, these are all the videos that I have recorded that I haven't had time to edit yet. Do you want to hear what it is? Sure. Timu Part 3. I thought I did that last night. I think I just did that last night. Huli Huli Chicken, Elly'S First Party, which is what we're making right now, sheet pan tacos. We did a Halloween shopping family video, a pot pie YouTube short, a pork chop YouTube short, and a chicken stew YouTube short. Yes, I have some work to do, but I love it. I love it. Well, just checked on the cookies and I was like, whoa, why are there cow patties in the oven? Did y'all hear? Mr. Joey's hammering outside. They did spread out. Hopefully they taste really good. And now it's starting to downpour again. He's gonna be working in that rain. Listen, Joey is so fantastic. I know you guys know that, but he works so hard. He works so hard. Anyway, I switched the pans in the oven, put it on for 5 more minutes, and I'll let you see what they look like when they come out. The smaller pan did better, and the bigger pan spread. Y'all, look at how hard it's raining. Can you even tell? It's pouring. And he's out there on the side of the house working in the yard. Kodiak's like, I'm not going out there. I'm not going out there. I know, you have a good daddy. You know that? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Oh, I know what you want. Do you want a soup bone? Do you want a soup bone? Let's go. Let's go get it. Come on. You know where it's at. You know where it's at. Y'all, take your Dramamine. Oh, don't even have to ask, do I? Look how handsome he is. Okay, good boy. Happy as can be. They smell phenomenal. But look at how these came out on this pan. And then these. But you know what? It's gonna taste the same and they're all going to the same place. Looks like they already came out of that place. I'm so goofy, y'all. I need some more Diet Pepsi. Well, it's time. It is time to pour the raspberry lemon topping on top. And this pot's a little heavy. There we go. Look at this. Woo! Wowzers. And if it just drools down the side of the springform pan, it doesn't matter. We've got that tin foil to protect us. Oh, mercy on my soul. Look at this. Spread her around. And in the fridge, it'll even get better as it cools or as it refrigerates. Oh, okay. Drop the mic. Y'all, that is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator, but I'm gonna let it completely set before I put foil on top of it. And I'll just like tent the foil because I don't want it to go in, like to get sticky and ruin this beautiful glossy amazingness that we have here. So y'all, I just want to loosen up these
cookies a little bit because, you know, sometimes if they stay on the pan, they can get stuck. So I just want to like give them a little zhuzh. I don't know how these next ones are going to go. I already did these. All right, cow patties. They look special. Special. Let's go with this one first. Because they're a little thinner, so it, oh boy. Okay, it looks okay. Ah. I'm glad I did this because these would definitely stick on to this pan. And I sprayed it too. You know I did. And they're still warm, so I wouldn't do it when they're too warm, but then you don't want them to get too cold either. Boy, you gotta find that sweet spot. Kind of cut those in half. They're probably gonna be fantastic. But I can tell like they're not, like they're more brownie-ish than cookie-ish, if that makes sense, like the texture. I'm gonna go in from the side here. All right, so I feel like that's good. So I'm just gonna show you. You know, these would probably make really good cake pops. I just thought about that. But I'm gonna let them cool off all the way before I put them into a container. Y'all, we finally made it out. It's still raining, but it's not pouring down rain, so that's nice. So the first place that we're gonna go to, it's a Mexican bakery because Ellie wanted churros. And churros,
turn slight right onto South
she
Main
should
Street.
get. That's the navigation. We haven't been here, but she wanted churros, and then we're going to go to Walmart to get some stuff off our list. And then, okay, we were gonna go get the Dave's, what was it, Dave's Hot
Dave's
Chicken?
Hot Chicken.
Turn slight right
Say it again.
onto
I think it's
South
called
Main
Dave's Hot
Street.
Chicken, I believe.
Dave's Hot Chicken. But y'all, it would be an hour drive total, and we had so much to do today. Wow, the person in front of us is definitely on their phone. We're at a green light, they're just sitting. Anyway, we just had so much to do today. So instead of doing that, Joey is gonna take the kids on, is it Thursday, honey?
Yes.
Thursday to get the Dave's Hot Chicken, because Thursday I have spooky book club and I'm so excited. Anyway, so
Turn slight right
we're on our way to the
South Main
bakery.
Street.
She's telling us what to do. Everything's fine. It's just we're tired. And I told Joey, I was like, I'm so tired, baby. And then I just felt like I can't even talk because he was outside, sunshine and rain and thunderstorms, honey, doing your thing.
Yep.
I know. And so I can't complain about anything.
You're allowed to complain if you're tired, right?
I am tired. I'm tired. Anyway, all right, so we're gonna get to this bakery, get some churros, and get the heck out of there.
Continue
Now,
on Current Road for 0.6
maybe
miles.
if we see something else, you know, to get Ellie for a little dessert tonight. This girl loves some dessert, and it's precious.
In a half
All
mile,
right.
turn slight right onto
I'm gonna go
North
now
Main
because
Street.
our navigation is having a moment, and she just keeps talking. All right, y'all, we're getting ready to go in. Y'all, it smelled like a dream in there. We spent less than $20.
and I know you can't tell what we got, and that's okay, but we got a lot of things, and they didn't have churros, and then we checked out, and at the end of the checkout it said churros. But they only had 3 of them. But I think Ellie will be really okay with all the things that we got. And some of the items like are really big, so we'll cut them in half or in thirds to put on the serving platters. But it's for tomorrow, so I want to get all these things in Ziploc bags, but also I want to eat them all. So there's that too. All right, so we are headed to Walmart right now. We're going to the neighborhood one, honey. Yeah, because there's 2 of them. There's the big Walmart, and then there's the neighborhood one. But we need to pick up some prescriptions, if I can say it. Y'all, my mouth is watering from being in that bakery. Man, did it smell good in there. And it was just like, oh, we'd never been in there before, and it was just like so nice. We have to take the kids there. We definitely have to take the kids there. But just getting like a variety of things and cutting them up and putting them on the tiered trays and that kind of thing, I think that'll be really cool. Even though we didn't actually get churros, I think we got things that were similar at least. So we are going to go to Walmart. We just have to get stuff for her party. We need to get a couple things for her party next weekend too. Might as well, because I got Mr. Joey with me.
Oh, hey.
I love you.
Love you too.
Ellie loves beauty products, and she had said some of these things smell really good, so we're picking that up along with a pumpkin spice Starbucks drink. But y'all, look at this. I was just here a few days ago. They didn't have any this Halloween, and look at Halloween. Y'all, I don't know. These are really cute because y'all know I like to do like the vintage Halloween, not the like in your face pumpkins. Those might be really cute for dessert plates. I usually use the sectioned styrofoam plates for the main dish, but it just depends what we're having. We may have styrofoam bowls as well, but that might be really cute for desserts. Got some skeleton napkins here too. Now her birthday party is pink. The theme is pink, and everybody's supposed to come in pink. It's so cute. I haven't picked my outfit out yet, but I'm working on it. So I just got a big pink bag here because she's gonna need a big bag with the blanket I got her from Hobby Lobby, and then all these little beauty items. Y'all, it's pouring down rain again. Honey, when you were outside and there was a monsoon, before that happened, I looked at the weather with my friends here, and I said, because it got really dark outside, and I said, well, it was like 40% chance of rain at 8 o'clock tonight.
Okay.
Anyway, it has been special ever since. I was like, no, it's going to be raining a little bit before 8 o'clock tonight. It has been, but we need the rain. We had a good downpour, like 2 nights ago?
Something like that.
But, you know, we need it anyway. I mean, one rain doesn't really do a lot when we hadn't had rain for, I mean, it was like almost a month. I mean, it was a long time.
Well,
So anyway, the kids texted us, we're going to Chick-fil-A to get them their dinner. And so that's where we're headed now. And then we're going home, y'all. We're going home. So I went ahead and I made my list of what to bring tomorrow to the party. Y'all, I added, you ready? Because I was so proud of myself. I added candles and a lighter. Because then we couldn't blow out candles, right? So that made me really happy that I remembered that. So tomorrow it's all about coloring my hair, making some peach cobbler, and then getting everything together that we need to get together for her party. I don't think we have anything else. But we have to leave. I think, what time do we need to leave the house, honey? Like, what do you think? The party's at 2. So, really? That early? I don't know.
You might have to go back and get the kids.
I know. So, we're not going to have Jays and Ellie with us when we go to decorate the restaurant.
we're gonna go, or Joey's gonna go back and get them. So we just need to figure out what time we are leaving and then picking them back up to come back to the restaurant. You know, maybe the birthday girl needs to make an entrance after people are there. I don't know. It's not a surprise party, but for Jay's 16th birthday party, it was a surprise. He had no idea, and let me tell you, babe, right? He had no idea. He walked in there and he's like, are they looking at me? Like, why is everybody looking at me? Like, I didn't even know it was his birthday. It was so cute. So it's going to be about the same as his party. I mean, we have decorations. We're going to bring music, desserts, and then I ordered 127 pictures from Walmart to scatter around. I mean, Elly's just going to love that. And they're from like when she was a baby until like current pictures. But I had to go through the pictures because, and I'm so glad that I did, because what was it, like 8 pictures or so? The heads were cut off, but they weren't in the picture, but they were in the Walmart picture. So that was odd. That was odd. So we probably have like 120 pictures and paid like $22. And I didn't think that was that bad. They're just 4x6. I always get the matte finish because it looks fancier, honey. Anyway, all right, we're pulling into Chick-fil-A. We're going to get their order, then we're going home. So the next time I see you will be bright and early in the morning.
Well, good morning, y'all. It's 8:15. Just got up. I was so tired last night. Didn't even like wash my face. I know, I'm gross. I have on Christmas pajamas and a Halloween scrunchie. I'm feeling festive. Anyway, we need to leave here about 12 o'clock. Joey and I are going to head to the restaurant. We're going to decorate, and then I'm going to stay there. Joey's going to leave, and he's going to go pick up the kids and bring them back to the restaurant. So I have a lot to do this morning, and Mr. Joey, he's done with the yard, so he's able to help me, which is absolutely wonderful. So I think the first thing I'm going to do, well, the first thing's coffee, and then we're going to make some easy peach cobbler. So, sorry, the kettle, I'm making coffee and the kettle's kettling right now. I need this pan for the peach cobbler, and it has my Rice Krispie treats in it. So I need to go ahead and cut these up and put them in another container. But y'all, look at, this is why I use foil. You just pick that thing up, pick it on up. How wonderful was that? All right, so I'm gonna flip it over and then cut these up into squares. And that's gonna happen, it's okay. The sprinkles will fly. Nice. Awesome. All right, we'll get my upper body workout in this morning here. Okay, my hand is tired. All right, so I need to get these into a container, and then we can go ahead and get our easy peach cobbler started. I'm not using fresh peaches. We're gonna be just fine. And I think I'm going to double the recipe. So I am gonna get started on this super easy peach cobbler. I already have my baking dish sprayed with nonstick spray. And now I'm gonna add, like I said, we're doubling it. So we're gonna have 2 sticks of butter. Y'all, I'm gonna need to stock up on butter again. My goodness gracious. And we're gonna melt this in the microwave. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. I need to get those cans popped open. So the recipe, the original recipe, which I'll link below, calls for 2 16-ounce cans of sliced peaches in heavy syrup So I'm using two, I think 29-ounce cans. All right, that's done. All right, I'm gonna get this in the microwave, melt it, and then we will move on to the next step. All right, so we need to make our little mixture here for our, almost said cornbread. Woo, that coffee hadn't hit quite yet. So first you're gonna need 2 cups of, let's throw our sugar in here. Let me grab that. Remember, I'm doubling. Sounds like a lot of sugar because it is. All right, y'all, I've got a mess on my counter this morning. One. All right, there's our 2 cups. Okay, now I need 2 cups of, oh, I need self-rising flour for this, by the way. 2 cups of self-rising flour. One. And there's 2. Whew, a little flour dust. All right, and then we're gonna add 2 cups of milk. I suppose if you wanted to, you could use like, you know, heavy cream if you wanted it more indulgent. Well, that was almost a cup, y'all. I'll have to add a little titch more. I'll tell you what, y'all. I mean, I'm not trying to bring the room down, but milk prices, I remember paying $2.98 for this milk, and now it's $4.98. The oven is preheated. Oops, what am I doing? All right, let's not. There we go. So we're going to do another cup and then just a little bit more. Boop, like that. Alrighty, I'm going to grab my whisk. And you just basically want to whisk this together until it's like most of the lumps are gone. Well, that was pretty easy. My arm's tired. My arm's tired from baking. I'm just kidding. Oh, goodness. Now, this recipe doesn't call for any cinnamon or anything, so I am going to sprinkle some cinnamon on the top. I just feel like it needs it. All right, this looks really good. All right, let me scoot this to the side for a second. Here is our prepared, this is what is it, 15 by 10, 10 by 15, whatever. I think that's what it is. So here's our 2 sticks of melted butter, and you're just gonna pour that on the bottom. How exciting. Okay. I feel like I've used so much butter in the last 2 days now. All right, then you're gonna get your mixture here. I mean, this is so simple. And you're gonna pour it on top of the butter. Wow, monumental. Okay, let me move this. And then sorry, you can't see the whole casserole dish. Let me move you. Wow, there you go. Now that we're almost finished, then you're gonna add your peaches. So like I said, I'm doubling, and you're adding the heavy syrup too, so you don't even have to drain them. They're gonna kind of plop, so I don't want that butter to go everywhere. Okay. I mean, we're taking it to the top, baby. That is cool. Okay. Then, like I said, the recipe didn't call for anything, but I am adding cinnamon to the top. I was like, let's make sure it's cinnamon, not cumin or something. Ooh. All right. Now, the recipe, I believe it calls, I think it's like 30 to 35 minutes in the oven, but because I'm doubling, I'm gonna just, it's probably gonna end up cooking for about an hour, but I'm gonna put it in, let me look, because y'all, I can't remember. Oh my gosh, my computer died. Well, that is special. That is something special. All right, I'm gonna look the recipe up on my phone real quick. Y'all, this is really funny. I don't know why. I'm tired, and so things are funny. So it says you can cook it from 30 to 45 minutes. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that's a big range. It's a big range. So I will probably, I'll cook this from 45 minutes to an hour. How about that? No, I'll put the timer on for 50 minutes and then just check it. So I'm gonna pop in the oven and then I'm gonna clean, and we gotta move on. I just got peach juice on my face. Okay, good. I just wanted to see how these come out of the pan. These are the peanut butter bars. I think I'm just going to cut them and then put foil over this and just take it to the restaurant in this container and then add it to the serving trays. Let's see. These are probably really like indulgent. If this is too hard to cut, I know this guy, and it's probably true because I might have mentioned it in my, I know I mentioned it in my other videos. Yeah, I can't do this. I have a little arthritis in the hands. So I'm gonna have Joey cut this up for me. I couldn't even get through the peanut butter. And maybe it just needs to sit on the counter because I literally just took it out of the refrigerator. So I'm just gonna let it sit for a few minutes first. Oh, you live and you learn, right? Look at these puppies. Y'all, our time is flying by so fast. They're just insane. And it's getting ready, like we've had such a rainy weekend and it's starting to rain right now. So, oh, I just ran right into my leg. That's nice. So I'm over here packing lunches for the kiddos. So it is 9:25 and I really need to, I forgot what I just said, what time. I think if I'm coloring my hair. That's what's gonna take a while. So 9:30 to 10:30. 10:30 to 11. Okay, so I don't have to do 9:30. Is it 10? 10 to 11. 11 to 12 gives me 2 hours. But that's, I think like 20 minutes from now I need to start coloring my hair. So we're just trying to get stuff done for, well, I'm prepping for tomorrow. And Mr. Joey's cutting these bars here. I'm gonna show you. Okay, good. That's what I wanted to see. They moved. They're not stuck to the bottom. That's what I wanted to see.
They're sliding all around.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, it's probably harder to cut, but that's great. So I told them to cut them small because they're so rich, you know. Plus we have like 8,000 different desserts. So anyway, we've got 25 minutes left on the peach cobbler. And I'm gonna get these lunches finished up. All right, so Joey and I are in the market here and we need to get platters for the desserts. So I think we just get like a variety, honey. Maybe these here. So we got 3-tier. These are from Temu. So I think this would be good for the peanut butter bars and maybe Rice Krispie treats. I don't know. And then if you want to grab that turquoise one and then the white, I know, right? And then the white one. And then let's get those silver platters. It should be right up there. I think that should be good. We have a lot of stuff, but I just want to make sure, and we may not use all these trays, but I just thought they would look kind of neat together, you know? And the decor, I think it's like pink and gold. I ordered something from Amazon. So anyway, all right, we're going to get these downstairs, and I'm going to go color my hair. When you have curly hair and you brush it out. Yeah. Woo! All right, I'm getting ready to color my hair now. I've got to get ready, and I had to add another 10 minutes onto the peach cobbler, so Joey's gonna take it out for me because I gotta get my hair colored because we have to leave in 2 hours. All right, so Joey and I are getting all the stuff together. He's got the sound bar here. The only thing is I'm using my phone to film and for the music, but it's okay. I'll make it work. But it's not like I'm going to be filming the whole time, you know. I want to enjoy the party too. So I've got my list of things that we need to bring, and everything is on the table except for the vanilla ice cream. So we have to bring that. But I got this little package here off of Amazon. Well, these are pictures. We might show you some of those when we're at the restaurant. But it just was like a whole decoration pack. Honey, can you pull this lid? Oh, goodness. Oh, this is all together. Oh, is that for a cake? I don't even know what's in here, y'all. So it has like the blow up happy birthday. I think I don't remember if this is like a sweet 16. I think it is. Wow, honey.
Good job.
Good job. Look, see, can you see those, like, these balloons here? They have little confetti on the inside. That's pretty cool. So I guess we'll just see what we have when we get there. But this is for the cake. Oh yeah, see? 16. So we can get that together and then put that on. I think we're going to put it in the cheesecake because what else am I going to put it in, you know? So we've got 120 some photos in here that had, you know, it has family in it, but all the pictures have Ellie in it throughout her whole life so far. And so it's fun just to like lay them all over the tables and stuff like that and hang them on the walls, and then people can take pictures with them if they want to keep some. So anyway, that's that. Thank you, honey, for your box holding skills there. You're amazing. So then we have our serving trays, and then we went ahead, we have to-go containers because we entertain a lot, and you know, we don't want to keep all the food and then it goes to waste. So I know the restaurants will have to-go containers, but we thought we would bring some because y'all, we have so much, or so many desserts. It's a whole thing. So anyway, all right, I have a few minutes left before I have to hop in the shower. I've got my hair color on my head looking crazy. So anyway, all right, the cobbler is out of the oven. It's not burnt. That's the cinnamon, y'all. Come on. That's the cinnamon. So it is just bubbling hot right now. Y'all, I got to get this hair dye off my head and get myself ready. It's 10:34 and we need to leave here in less than an hour and a half. Oh my gosh. All right. We are all gussied up and ready to go. We are on our way to the restaurant right now. So Joey and I are going to decorate like super fast, and then he's gonna leave again and go back and get the kids and come back to the restaurant. So we're just gonna get everything set up. So I'm hoping to, you brought my camera thing, right? Yeah, my camera stand. So I'll put you guys on that, and then it's gonna be like the Tasmanian devil up in there, throwing up some decorations. Anyway, I'm excited, and Elly's excited too. She's so cute. She's getting ready right now. She's precious. Well, it's been a little eventful. The package of birthday stuff we got has the wrong letters to spell happy birthday, and then we thought this was funny. I won't put the link in the description box for this, but see, it says happy 16th birthday instead of 16th. Well, isn't that special? So I just laid, this is a mess right here right now, but I just laid pictures and a little confetti on the tables, but it's just pictures, like adorable pictures of Elly. I'll show you a few in a second, but y'all, I gotta set the camera up and we're just gonna keep rolling. outside. And the lights in here are super dim, so I know it's gonna be really dark. But this is gonna be the dessert / present table. So I just have the serving platters and everything out, and we're just gonna put the desserts in like a little corner somewhere. And then I was gonna show you, you had to pick a menu. So because it's at a lunchtime, we're doing mostly sandwiches, like crab sandwich, pork cutlet sandwich, a burger, chicken salad sandwich, turkey caprese wrap, and then of course, you know, all the sides. So they can choose from that. But we are going to order a bunch of appetizers and just have those kind of dispersed among the room. How's it going over there, babe? Oh my gosh. I hope you're okay, honey. It's a lot of balloons. All right, y'all, we got this done so stinking fast. So dessert table, and we put the desserts, there's like a shelf here, and that's our speaker for music, obviously. And that's a glass of wine for mom. That would be me. And we added pictures and balloons and streamers. I think it looks really, really pretty. And then of course, pictures on the table. Oh, I'll just show y'all a few because I don't want to be like, you know, too intrusive to anybody. I don't know. Look at Ellie in this Christmas dress. This is when we lived at the farm for 4th of July. Look at that little headband she had on, red, white, and blue. Aw. Here is, oh, this is when they were painting Easter eggs. That's my mom and Ellie. So cute. And then we went to the beach, and I always love this picture of Ellie. She sat in this really cool, colorful chair. Look how cute she is, has a little headband on. Oh my goodness. Oh, and then for trunk or treat one year, when she was in preschool, she was a little cowgirl. Oh Lord, if I do this, I'm gonna start bawling my eyes out before anybody gets here. But anyway, so we try to get a lot of family in these pictures, you know, and then we're just going to tell people that they can take a picture, like, I mean, not take a picture, like click and take a picture, but they can take pictures with them. That's what I'm saying. Y'all look at this. Oh, let me show you this. This is my mom and Ellie. Look at how sweet. And look at this. This is one of my favorite pictures of Ellie. And it's not a great picture because like the quality, but look at her. She's so cute. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, my teeth are watering. I'm going to get a cavity. Oh my goodness. Okay, y'all. So this is it. We got everything set up. Joey left a couple minutes ago to go get the kids. And we should have guests arriving in less than 10 minutes. So that's fun. All right. I'm going to get some video footage, but I like to respect people's privacy, so I don't want to like, you know, record too much, but this is it. And I think it looks really fun.
We'll go in a second. We're going to do a video quick.
Carry it to her. I just snorted. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Elly. Happy birthday to you. Help me, Jesus. I know. Happy birthday, baby. Good job. All right, y'all. We are back home. It is 6:06 in the evening. The party started at 2. Let me just tell you, I'm a little pooped. Just a little pooped. Just a little pooped. But it was so fun. We had a blast. We had music, family, good food. Elly got wonderful presents, and it was just so much fun. And I needed that. That was a good day. I'm not trying to be selfish, but you know, sometimes it just fills your love meter. And it was just a wonderful day. Joey is bringing the dogs in right now. Can you tell? Okay, Grizzly. They're crazy. Anyway, I have no idea how long this video is going to be, but I really appreciate you watching, and I hope that you all are doing well. And you know what? We are going to see you in the next Farmhouse Table video, and we've got a sleepover, another birthday party next weekend. So we'll see you. We'll see you then. Bye. Mwah.